Okay, now we're going to add our next part to our video on how to create a console RPG with Visual Studio 2015 and C++. And so today we're going to learn how to add a coin system and dialogue to our game. So open up Visual Studio. Before we get into this though, I figured I'll tell a quick knock-knock joke. Well, actually, I'm not really going to tell. I'll just tell you how to use this to your friends. What you do, it goes kind of like this. You're like, so do you know what my name is? And your friend's going to be like, yeah, I know what your name is. And you're going to say, what's my name, my full name. And I'm going to say, for example, in my case, Joseph Charles Levesque. And then you're going to be like, knock, knock. And they're going to say, who's there? And then you're going to say, Joseph, or whatever your name is. And you're going to be like, Joseph who? And most of the times, people have problems with that one. They don't even go through all the way with it, so I don't know, it's kind of frustrating sometimes, but I like doing it anyway. So anyway, we're going to open up Zogat, and let's get into this. Doop, 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 doop. Belly full of nice, yummy food. Yay. Got 8 subscribers now. Pretty happy about that. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do it. Again, I'm getting some pretty awesome videos now. Inspirations can be pretty easy. So just I can show you again what we had before. And if you haven't seen the first video, be sure to go back and check that where we set up all this code here. Okay. And we had this code right here. Got a symbol shape, and you move him around with the arrow keys, and that's about it. Okay. And we've actually only got 3 code files, so that's pretty good. So, to actually set up a coin system, it's pretty simple. For coins, I'm going to use asterisk. Ugh. Oof. Sorry about that. Microphone. Okay. Anyway, for coins, I'm going to use asterisks. Like that. I'm just going to set up a few on this map. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and set up our map a little bit more and add some more stuff to it. So I'm just going to take this, plus, backspace, plus, and I'm just going to create a little tunnel. Just excuse the errors it's giving right now. We'll fix that up. We're just going to develop the map a little bit more. Alright. Why did the chicken cross the road? I have no idea. That's one of the dumbest jokes ever. I think someone needs to rewrite that joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it thought roadkill looked cool with all those guts on the ground or something, and I wanted to see what it was like. That's a better explanation. And so, oh, dude. Y'all guys are just so striking. My microphone cannot bear to stand with you because I don't have a built-in microphone built into the headphones, so I need to figure out how many pieces long. It says 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever. I'll just 25, something like that. See if that's enough. Apparently it's not. Let's do 30. Eventually we'll get it right. Alright. So that's not fussing now. If we click the play button, got a few coins to knock out. What? Build error? What's going on? Map redefinition. Alright, main.cpp, need to check it. Because we created map 1011 and we're defining it in CPP as 1030. Duh. That's how you say duh in the South. Okay, so we got a little bit more of a map now. But the problem is, if I go to the coins and try to walk into them, it's not going to let me. And the reason is because when we created the move function, we created it so that you could only step into it if that spot is a blank, if map y2x2 is a blank. So to fix the problem, let you walk on the coins, I'm going to copy that, enter, control V, if the space that we're moving into is an asterisk. And I'm going to have to type put two of these symbols which stand for OR. If map y2 x2 is a blank spot, or if it's an asterisk. And then take this, Control C, enter. Oh, yeah. Or Control V, asterisk. Alright, play. Okay, so let's you walk on the coins now and pick them up. That's pretty cool, but it's not counting the coins yet. So to count the coins, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to console.h, and I'm going to create a new external variable. I'm going to call it a number of coins. Now, the reason this is an extern is because we're creating it outside of the class, and so because of that, we're going to be able to access it in files like main.cpp, and we're going to define the extern and the CPP. So when we use a variable, for example, main.cpp, we're using its definition and console CPP when we define it. So I'm going to type int number of coins. We'll start off as 0. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do to actually set up the count of the coin is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to create a little space right here. I'm going to type if map y2 x2, the space that our player is moving into, equals asterisk number of coins plus plus. So if the space that we're moving into is a coin, is the number of coins will automatically go up. Now I need to go to a reference real quick. 1 second. Sorry about this. I'm sorry. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. I'm going to create a string, and I'm going to call the string. I'm going to create it in main, I think. I'm going to create a string. I'm going to put it inside of the while. I'm trying to figure. I don't think it makes any difference, but I put it before the system CLS. I'm going to create string items. And this will be for our HUD, I guess you could call it that. Now, it's actually recognizing string, but so we could use some of this. I'm going to see if that causes a problem using string right now. Recognizing it, because I'm thinking we might need to include string. Okay, it's not causing problem. And I'm going to create string items, and I'm going to say equals, it's going to equal coins, and then colon, and then space. So, and then we're going to add the number of coins to that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here, so that it will display the number of coins in our game. On the bottom of the screen, it will display the number of coins we got. I'm going to create another for loop. It's going to I equals 1 though. I is less than 1. I equals 0, I is less than 1, I plus plus, so that it only displays one column, because that's all we need for the items. And then couts items endl is end line, moves the cursor to the next line. And okay, what's going on? What do you mean? I do not know what's going on. This is weird. std cout. String items equals coins. Well, it's kind of embarrassing running into a problem. Not so embarrassing, but you want to get the video running along nice and smooth. And we take this, whatever the problem is. Dude. what I need to do is include string, and that fixes the problem. So now we're going to see if at the bottom of the screen it actually shows coins, the text coins, and then we'll add the number of coins, which will constantly update. So we got this right here. Okay, so it's not displaying the number of coins, so it's just displaying the text coins. Now, here comes a little bit of a tricky part. What we're going to do is we're going to try to append a number value to a screen. We're going to try to append number of coins to the string items, and that's going to be a little bit hard. Just a little bit. It took me a little bit of searching how to figure out how to do this, but to do this, you're going to include a file called ssstream, and then you're going to create ssstream. Make sure I'm doing this right. String stream, sorry. And we're going to create string stream, and a popular name for it is SS. And then what I'm going to do, quick reference. Alright, SS, and we're going to apply the number, we're going to insert the number of coins into SS. And then what we're going to do to append the number of coins, the number, to the string items, we're going to write items plus equals ss.str parenthesis semicolon. And now we've got items equals coins and then the number of coins that we've got. Alright, coin 0. When you step on it, you notice it updates it because we said that when we step on that spot, the number of coins goes up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a treasure chest. And a treasure chest, what's going to happen is you're going to step on the treasure chest, and you're going to be surrounded by coins. So it's a quick way to get more coins. So the symbol for treasure chest will be a plus sign. And so I'm going to add if map yx2 equals plus, you can walk onto it. Take that. Okay. Control C, Control V. Remember those shortcuts. They're very, very useful. And then you're going to take this right here. And this part takes a little bit of coding, not too much, but if the spot that we're moving into is a plus, and you're going to need brackets here because this is not just going to be one line of code, enter, and then what you're going to do, since it's going to be surrounded by coins, the spot right here is going to be a coin, and that is map y2 minus 1 x2 minus 1, and it's going to equal an asterisk. Not 8, it's going to equal asterisk. So this spot is going to equal an asterisk. This spot right above is going to equal an asterisk. I'm just going to copy this. Map y2 minus 1 x2. Copy that. Map y2 minus 1 and x2 plus 1. And then what's going to happen? This spot is going to equal an asterisk. That is y2 x minus 1. And the other one on the other side is y2 x plus 1. And then Control V. This side, this is y2 plus 1, x2 minus 1, y2 plus 1, x2, y2 plus 1, x2 plus 1. So this is kind of confusing. It's just I'm taking this value on the array, which is map y2 x2, and this is, for example, y2 minus 1, the spot right above, because the higher up you go, the smaller y gets. So this is minus 1 on the y-axis, and this is the same x on the x-axis. So it's just every point around it I'm setting to become a coin. So run the code. And let's get those coins. We have 2 coins now. Step onto this. That might be a problem how that one goes away, but you notice it does count them in 1 second here. I think it's, see something, I don't think this will make any difference, but the reason that one of the spots was blank, because that was the one our player was coming from as he stepped onto the treasure chest, and it's set to basically make a space blank if it's at all standing on it. Okay, so I mean, we can live with that. If you really want to figure out a script to make that not happen, then I might be able to come up with one, but that's the basics right there. Now we're going to work on dialogue. That's the basics of our coin counter. So now we're going to work on some dialogue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go console.h, xturn, I'm going to have to include string, and I'm going to have to include, this one got me at first, using namespace. I forgot to include this line, using namespace std. So I'm going to create xturn string, and I'm going to call it dialogue. And I think I'm going to have to include, probably I'm going to have to include IO stream, I'm guessing. So now that this isn't, since this is including console.h, and console.h is including IOStream, I don't need to include IOStream in this file, and I don't need to include string. Okay. So I'm going to go to console.h, and I'm going to type string dialogue equals blank. So now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, Control-C, Enter, Control-V, and I'm going to see out dialogue, run the code, search for any errors. Okay, no errors. This is blank dialogue. You notice the cursor is on this line. There's a blank line right there. So it's showing dialogue, but since we're not seeing it, the reason we're not seeing anything is because there is no dialogue equals nothing. So we're just going to set up some dialogue right now and show you what happens. So when we get the treasure chest, I'm going to set it dialogue. I'm going to set it to say dialogue equals you opened a treasure chest, semicolon. So now since it's constantly displaying dialogue, it should display it when the change comes, when it equals something new after we step on the treasure chest. So now I'll see what happens. And it says you open a treasure chest. Okay, so that's what the dialogue is going to look like. And I'm really liking this interface. This is pretty awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it so that, for example, you got dialogue and you're kind of tired of seeing maybe the same dialogue because the game doesn't say anything for a little while. And so you can set it, press a button, and the dialogue goes away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, copy it, Control-V, if get async key state, I'm going to do vk return. vk return is also known as enter, and it's going to make dialogue equal nothing. Run the game. So that's when you press enter, the dialogue will go away if you're just tired of seeing some of the dialogue. Alright, go on it, you open a treasure chest, press enter, and it goes away. Hold on a second, I want to rerun that real quick. I think there was something that didn't look too pretty. It's kind of strange. I press enter. Okay, I thought the first time when I pressed enter it added a coin, and I'm like, why did it do that? So dialogue equals 0. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press, make it so that you can press enter and get two different results. If a dialogue is being displayed, you can press enter and make the dialogue go away. But if there is no dialogue displayed, you can press enter and use it as, for example, suppose you're talking to somebody in the game and you press enter, and that makes the person say hello. So you get two different results from the same button. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'm going to do this just in case. So I'm going to create bool dialogue displayed equals false. So that's if dialogue is displayed. And then I'm gonna go over here and add this symbol part and dialog display. Since by default it's asking if something is true, we don't need to add if equals true. We don't need to add that part. So we're gonna have the same results, but I don't know if we really need to add this part, but we're going to have basically the same result. And so over here, I'm going to have to add, change this actually, Control-C. I'm going to put it in console.cpp and console.h. This will just add for more accuracy in the game, I think. And create an external dialog displayed. That's so that we can use it as variable inside of console.cpp. And I'm going to make this after the dialog is displayed, you open a treasure chest. I'm going to make dialog displayed equal true, so you can press enter and make it go away if you want to. Run the code. Open treasure chest. Alright, get it all. Press enter. The dialog goes away. So there's, you got your basics. We got dialog working, and we've got coins working. And so had a bit of fun doing this. This is actually some pretty cool stuff going on. And whatever you do, you don't want to you don't want to miss the next video, because we are going to learn how to create keys and unlockable doors. And then after that, I think I'm going to do a video on creating an actual storyline or quests in the game.